crack right there.
Brilliant. Because I saw Gina and she took my heart. That's why my voice cracked.
That was 5 seconds, though, so that's good. That's the longest short of one you've done.
The longest, shortest one I've done.
Oh, man.
This is Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Brandon Johnson, Dominic Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti. Guys, what's good?
A lot of sports.
Oh, yeah.
About as good as the NBA trade deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
there you go.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Whoa. Look what we're doing here.
Well, that's where we're going to start. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. And we'll start with the Knicks. They traded Willie Hernan-Gomez to the Hornets for Johnny O'Brien, who was subsequently waived, and their second-round picks in 2020 and 2021. This year, Hernan-Gomez has 4.3 points per game, 2.6 rebounds per game, and 0.8 assists per game. And O'Brien has 4.8 points per game, 2.6 rebounds per game, and 0.4 assists per game. Eric, who do you think won the trade?
Honestly, this was a deal that I was afraid that would happen, and I'm very sad to see Willie go because I thought, this was a guy who was on the second-team all-rookie team last year, and you saw some potential in him. And honestly, the Knicks had a logjam of centers this year with Joakim Noah and Enes Kanter and Kyle O'Quinn and Willie Hernan-Gomez. I do think that Willie Hernan-Gomez won this trade because now he's getting that playing time in Charlotte. And also, O'Brien is going to get waived, and basically what the Knicks did, they just traded Willie for a junior and sophomore in high school. That's what's going on right now.
That's a good way of looking at it. I like that.
Again, the draft
Or maybe
picks,
some European guy that we'll never see.
Maybe, but the draft picks count. I completely understand that. But I honestly would have rather seen Kyle O'Quinn go than Willie Hernan-Gomez. He's younger, and O'Quinn is possibly going to opt out of his deal at the end of the year.
And he was just never used in this lineup at all.
That's the thing,
so you saw that he had he didn't have any more interest to stay with the team. He made it clear that he wanted to be traded at the trade deadline, so they made it happen.
He wanted to play.
It's an unfortunate deal, if you're a Knicks fan, to see that happen because he had the potential to be, at least decent if he wasn't already. So,
yeah.
And this guy is just, I don't know. The Knicks are just not ran well.
No, they're not.
It's been like that for a while.
No. This is an ongoing problem.
Ever since Dolan's been there, it's been all downhill.
Yep.
I really feel sorry for the Knicks. You had Willie Hernan-Gomez, who was a sixth man that you could have built around as a guy off the bench, and now he's gone. Now he's in Charlotte.
Just like that.
Yeah, exactly. Who's the Knicks' best bench player right now? Michael Beasley?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Luke Cornett?
Look, the great white hope for Luke Cornett. But
Unicornet. That's what I'm going to call him.
Honestly, yeah. Michael Beasley's the sixth man now.
He's been doing good, but you can't build around someone like that off the bench.
And what's the starting lineup going to look like right now with Kristaps tearing his ACL?
Man.
Let's not forget about that.
It's scary.
It's Jack, but it should be Ntilikina. It's Jack, Lee, Hardaway, Kanter, and I'm missing somebody.
O'Quinn?
It might be O'Quinn.
It actually might be Beasley.
Oh, good God.
O'Quinn could be at the 5 and Beasley could play the 4.
I think
That's
so. That's
really bad.
What a drop-off.
What's worse, that or the Nets' starting lineup?
What a drop-off.
They just got
It's
blown
amazing.
out yesterday by 20. So.
See, but no, I would have to say the Nets, but for the reason is because in terms of the long term, I feel like their future plan, they don't have to worry about Noah.
The Nets have two building blocks, and the Knicks don't.
Even Courtney Lee's contract, you have all these contracts and older players that you kind of have to worry about with the Knicks, and then
the Nets may even have 4 building blocks if you want to be really generous, maybe more. To be honest with you, Russell, Okafor, Jared Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie, RHJ, Karis LeVert.
I like your guy.
I like Jared Allen a lot.
The Nets are set up for the future very well.
It's so crazy because I never really liked the Courtney Lee deal. Honestly, I always thought he was just an average player, and then we still got the Noah contract we have to get rid of. So that's another problem they have to work out in the offseason.
That eventually, I think they're just gonna have to pay off themselves. Because it's gonna be rough.
He's not waiving his no trade clause.
I hate to burst the ball. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think you can try and trade him all you want.
Well,
I don't think anyone's going to want that.
But you're going to have to buy him out. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I think so.
Have to buy him out
because you don't want that guy on your team anymore.
No,
you don't want him there.
He's cancer. He's locker room cancer.
But I don't even think Hornacek will be there.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to keep Hornacek, then you have to get rid of him.
I don't know if they're going to keep Hornacek. It should terrify you that Frank Ntilikina is still playing like garbage because Hornacek, in theory, is the perfect mentor for him.
But the Knicks have. I'm going to bring it to this. The Knicks and the Islanders kind of had the same problem. They have a problem with developing these players.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
And you know what? New regimes, mean new
With the
anything.
exception of Porzingis. Porzingis
Right,
has worked out.
And
that's
Barzell.
different.
Yeah,
If we're talking about the
Barzell.
Islanders.
What do Chris
and
Porzingis
Beauvillier.
and Matthew Barzell have in common? And Beauvillier.
They both wear orange and blue. But honestly,
true.
the new regime with Scott Perry and even Steve Mills at the helm too. Granted, it's not Phil Jackson, and Jeff Hornacek was a Phil Jackson hire. So maybe instead, because I really do think they're going to spread away from Hornacek, whether that be Mark Jackson, Van Gundy. I heard Jason Kidd's name mentioned, which I'm not too crazy about.
I can't see Kid being
We already know how Jacob feels about kids.
I can
Take
see Mark
Jason
Jackson.
Kidd. Mark Jackson would be good.
Yeah, Jackson I can see.
Jason Kidd, you don't want within 50 feet of the Knicks. He'll end up leaving for the slightest promotion. Guy's a piece of garbage. He's a hawk. He's a pirate. That's all he is. Jason Kidd is a pirate.
Arg.
Good way to put it. That's crazy, man.
Arg.
Sorry.
Also, that shouldn't have made me laugh as much as it did.
Aye, Captain.
Oh,
Sorry.
Are we doing this? Okay.
Let's just move on.
No more Pirates. We're not in Pittsburgh.
You all right?
Yes, we're not.
No, I'm
Fire
not.
sale, Pirates, nothing.
Speaking of the Knicks, they acquired Emmanuel Mudiay. The Nuggets acquired Devin Harris and the less favorable of the Clippers and Knicks' second-round picks this year. And the Mavericks acquired Dougie McBuckets and the less favorable of the Kings' and Trailblazers' second-round picks this year. I'm not going to read their stats because I spent enough time prefacing this trade.
Yeah.
Brandon, who do you think won?
Well, I mean, I feel like the Knicks are really going to have a great, chemistry with Mudiay. He's a guy, athletic, is aggressive, too, when it comes to driving to the hole. I mean, this guy here was playing on the Nuggets team that's going to be in the playoffs this year. So, I mean, as a turn as the Willie Hernan-Gomez trade, I didn't like that one. But this one right here, it's sad because you're not going to be able to have a playoff push. You know what I mean? Especially with, Porzingis being out. And, of course, Mudiay, he's definitely a starter, I would say. And
Yeesh, I don't know if I would want Mudiay starting.
That's
Can I
what I'm saying.
have him starting?
Can I ask you a question? Mudiay was in the Porzingis draft, and at the time, I can tell you right now,
Every Knick fan did.
I did not want Porzingis. I wanted Winslow.
You wanted Winslow?
I wanted Winslow.
I thought you were going to say Mudiay. That's why I said every Knick fan did.
I wanted Winslow, and before the first overall pick, obviously I wanted Towns, but then after that I wanted Okafor.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty.
and that's actually a low. I like that.
Who did you want in that draft? Be completely honest.
I would have to say Okafor. He was hot during that time, especially winning the championship that year, So, hey, he could definitely score buckets and play, defense here and there. But like I said, Mudiay, I just feel like he's very aggressive, and I think that he can, honestly compete with Ntilikina because Ntilikina is not playing up to potential right now. And I think all Knicks fans want to see him do good.
He's just a failed lottery pick to me. That's what I think of.
It's also that.
That's
a Jackson pick, so, hey, we're going to have to live with it.
It is also that, and Mudiay also has an extra year under team control, where McDermott did not.
We do have a caller on the line. Caller, you're on Beyond the
How you
Game.
doing?
Hey, Richie, how are you?
Gee.
Okay, time for Mr. John to take over the Knicks tomorrow, please.
Thank you. Hey, I would like to, but I can't,
Listen,
unfortunately.
first of all,
Yeah.
when the Knicks drafted Porzingis, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that he was ready to play in the NBA?
I'll be honest, Richie, like most Knicks fans, I didn't agree with the pick, but as soon as I seen like his first season, the way how he progressed with Melo, because it's definitely hard to play with Melo, especially with a guy like that. But I mean, I believed in him after a while. I wouldn't say he was NBA ready, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what, Louis? And how you trade Gomez for a pick in 2000? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was
Really?
stupid, man. I mean, me and Eric, we definitely have the same view on Hernan Gomez. He should have got more playing time, and plus, you're getting nothing for him, so that was basically a bad part of the Knicks.
And now what happens now if Porzingis can't come back with an injury? What happens now?
Then it's going to be a slow start next year.
Well, basically what Scott Perry wants to do, and he made it clear that right now this team that's currently constructed out of Porzingis is not good enough to compete. And he wants to make the team around Porzingis when he comes back, probably next year around this time, better. So basically he's building for the future.
I don't know if you guys read the paper now. You guys read the Post at all?
Sometimes.
I read Newsday more.
You're talking about Nikita? They said that he should have been further along than he has been.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
He said about Nikita?
Yeah.
He said that he's not ready enough to play in the NBA yet.
Well,
the
I mean,
kid's 19.
He's really raw.
I don't think that's an excuse for being his age.
Hornacek is going to have to work with him, and you know what? It should terrify you that he's not. It should terrify you that he's not letting Ntilikina play. At the end of the day,
and the other guy you just got too. Those two guys give me the backcourt next year. What a joke!
yeah, no, you're 100% right. The Knicks have a horrible future ahead of them. I'm sorry to say that, but with Porzingis out 9 to 12 months, it's not looking good.
Well, I think we should bring Mark Jackson or Mr. Johnson, one or the other.
Hey, I'm here, man. Knicks,
right.
vote for me, man. Come on.
We're going to start a grassroots campaign. Get Brandon on the Knicks.
Man. All right, Richie.
All right.
Good call.
That was Richie from Shirley, my favorite Knick fan besides the two guys sitting here in this room.
Always got great insight.
I just want to say something real quick. I kind of agree. I feel like we can't. Well, no. I think you can blame his age a little bit. Because if you think about it, sometimes the age is a factor of just not being, and also he was a foreign player, not playing through college.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys get drafted at young ages and from foreign countries, and they play incredibly well. The scouting report on Ntilikina was he was going to be raw, he was going to have to be worked with. Phil Jackson still took him. Jeff Hornacek is a former player. He was good former Utah Jazz point guard or shooting guard, depending on what Jerry Sloan decided to do. And for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked so far.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on Ntilikina. I still think he can work out. But as Knick fans, guys, it should terrify you that he's not playing anywhere close to
where
good.
he should be.
Yeah, it's not exciting because, he's coming from, the European traditional style of playing basketball into the league, which doesn't really work all the time. And, in the first couple of months of the season, I thought he was actually doing good.
I thought he was doing
you agree?
okay,
Chris
yes.
Sabb is averaging over 30 points. Ntilikina was playing defense.
Porzingis looked like the second
buckets.
coming of Patrick Ewing.
Yes,
That's what
he
I'm saying. And, unfortunately, Ntilikina just hasn't proved himself to be that guy that we're looking forward to in the future.
But the thing that you should be worried about, especially if you're a Knicks fan, is why in God's name is he playing Jared Jack so much?
Yeah, he's
like
old
this,
too, man.
This is the perfect time to start Frank.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, you got to see what he can do.
The season's going nowhere now, and I had a little bit of hope before Porzingis went down that they probably could have had a mini run in them. That all, spontaneously combusted. Porzingis went down. The season's going down the drain. And basically, you just have to hope for a high pick.
And you also have no idea how Porzingis is going to do coming back from that injury.
Yeah.
That is so huge for the Knicks. I can't overstate the importance of that. If you're a Knicks fan, your heart has to be going 100 miles a minute. But we do have a caller on the line. Caller, you're on Beyond the Game. Oh, sorry about that,
How you
Dominic.
doing? My name is Brian. I played baseball for Nassau Community College
Oh, cool.
in the late 70s. Anyway, I want to talk about the Knicks and the Rangers. First of all, I think Hornacek needs to go. I think number two, Porzingis was coached terrible. He's a low post player. Now that he's gone, we don't even know what he's going to come back after surgery. My brother had it in high school. He played football for Holy Trinity High School, and that's a serious injury. Number three, I think that before the trade deadline, they should have gotten rid of Lee, and they should have got rid of Kyle Quinn, and maybe even Beasley.
Yeah.
Saying to get draft picks, and they gotta get rid of Noah. No, I went to Florida State. I live in West Palm right now. They got to get rid of Noah. He's a cancer in the clubhouse. They might as well just eat the contract because no team's gonna want that contract.
Brian, you're 100% right. They're going to need to buy Noah out, and you take a look at guys like O'Quinn, Lee, Beasley. They've got to all be on the table. If you're the Knicks, you got to just start over here.
And the thing
is there anyone that you can really build around?
Other than Ntilikina, Hardaway, and Porzingis? Probably not.
Can you even build around Ntilikina and Porzingis? Are you that confident in them?
Well, but before the injury, yes, granted, the ACL is a huge injury. You have no idea how a person's going to rebound from that, no pun intended. But, yeah, I can still say with certainty that, yeah, you can build around Porzingis.
Yeah.
I still think you
If he
can.
comes back healthy, then yes, obviously. I still like
It's a
Porzingis.
huge if. It's a
I
huge
can't
if.
say that about Tim Hardaway, though. I don't think so.
Hardaway's a solid secondary.
It's a hit or miss,
He's a
But it
secondary
was a
piece.
bad contract.
Yes.
Hardaway was a terrible contract.
Yep.
Yeah, I hated that contract even from Paris. That's where I was when Hardaway was signed.
It goes back to the same role, though, that, it's just poor management.
Always, man.
How about
That's
bringing in Mark Jackson and all St. John's guys?
We all want to see him, but unfortunately the circumstances right now, the Knicks, they can't even figure out what they want to do in terms of their players. Would that be great to see Mark Jackson back in New York? Of course.
I saw him play for St. John's, turning over to the Rangers. I thought they should have made changes 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I think
everyone
they
did, to be honest
waited
with you
too
now.
long.
I mean,
they waited.
Go ahead.
They waited too long.
They did. You're 100% right. Lundqvist now has next to no value. McDonough has next to no value. Nash has next to no value. If you're the Rangers, you gotta take a look at the veterans on your team and say, are these guys really going to get us a Stanley Cup, or should we build around guys like...
No, the answer